All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. Everyone should be able to see my screen, and you should see the 1010 Club incentive program. Our Saturday presentation today is going to be a little bit different than what our normal Saturday presentation is in a couple respects. One, I'm actually going to play a video for you at the beginning of our presentation today. I've already checked to make sure that people can hear the sound to this. We are recording today's presentation so that those that aren't able to join us on our Saturday morning live presentation, they can at least watch the recording. And the reason why today's presentation is a little bit different than normal is I'm going to be asking you for your input on what I'm going to be showing you. So what is the 1010 Club Incentive Program? Well, I've been working with Dane to develop an incentive program for people who use the 1010 Club to build their synergy business. As we've shared in many previous Saturday morning presentations, the first 10 of the 1010 Club represents your customer base. And the goal is to build your customer base to the point where you're having 10 monthly orders coming from your customer base. That creates the cash flow to operate your synergy business. But for residual income, you also want to sponsor people into Synergy Worldwide, team members that you personally sponsored. And the goal is to have 10 committed, personally sponsored Synergy distributors that are in your organization, balanced between your left and right sides to create the residual income component of your Synergy business. And so I've been working with Dane with suggestions from other team members. I'm putting together an incentive program. This is in addition to the compensation plan that you get normally from Synergy Worldwide. And this would also be in addition to any promotional programs that Synergy releases for the year 2019. So this is something that we've chosen to do internally for our organization. And when I say our organization, specifically it's for anyone in the Synergy business that is in Dane's left-hand side. Now, I know we have a lot of people on today's presentation. I don't know exactly where you are at. There are some people here that are not in our organization, meaning my organization. You may be in Dane's organization, but I don't know whether you're on his right-hand side or you're on his left-hand side. So the presentation today, the incentive program, is designed to build Dane's left-hand side because that's his weak leg. We would love to have a weak leg like Dane has. He has, quite a few people on that left-hand side, but he wants to see that left leg grow to be close to what his right-hand leg is. I mean, his right-hand leg includes Mark Comer and other people that are underneath Mark Comer, Diane Levitt. I mean, that's a huge amount of volume, a huge amount of an organization on his right-hand side, but he wants to build more depth in his left-hand leg. So we've been talking and we put together this incentive program. Now, what I'm looking for the people on today's presentation, I want you to listen to the video. If you have pen and paper, maybe jot down some notes. So I'm going to play this video, and what I'm asking you to do is give me your feedback. Are there things that you don't understand? Are there questions that you might have? And the reason why I'm asking this is I have not yet created the PDF that goes along with this presentation, so that there will be a PDF that will have the rules and instructions for how people can take advantage of this incentive program. And so your feedback will help me understand what I need to change in this video presentation, what I need to make sure that I add to in the PDF that will also go with this incentive program. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and play this. As you can see, it's about almost 7 minutes long, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And once we're done with this, we'll come back and I'll open up our conversation so that I can get feedback from those that are on today's presentation. Here we go. This video, we want to highlight some additional incentives designed to help you maximize the Synergy Worldwide Compensation Plan and help those in North America build your Synergy business on a solid foundation. That foundation is both customers and business builders. Hi, I'm Dan Hammer, and on behalf of Dane Iorg and a group of committed synergy distributors, we want to showcase how you can use our 10-10 Club to create cash flow through elite rebates from your customers. And as your organizational volume grows, residual income through effective sponsoring and placement as highlighted in our 10-10 Club. This incentive program is for anyone in North America on Dane's left side. Its purpose is to reward good behavior based on using a systematic approach to building your synergy business. We have a separate video on the 10-10 Club, but in a nutshell, it helps you focus on two key elements in your synergy business. First is customers who create the needed cash flow to operate your synergy business. The goal is to acquire enough customers so that you consistently have 10 customer orders per month. On average, this will help you generate $300 or more in elite rebates. And to reward you for building your customer base, we have put in place the following 3 incentives. Incentives that apply to new distributors as well as existing distributors. Incentive number 1, having 2 customer orders for the month. And your reward is your choice of having one of the following Million Lives Project landing pages branded to you. If your marketing strategy is nitric oxide therapy, then we'll brand this page to you. Your name and phone number at the beginning. Your picture and testimonial on how nitric oxide therapy has helped you. Our non-branded videos on how nitric oxide therapy addresses health concerns like high blood pressure, diabetic complications, sexual health issues like ED, as well as other key areas of health. Powerful testimonials on how nitric oxide therapy has benefited others. And then 3 buying options with the purchase buttons linking to your replicated Synergy Worldwide website for that exact product. If the microbiome is going to be your marketing strategy, then we've designed a similar page for that strategy that can be branded to you. And we've also created a page for effective weight management to help you build your client base as you help others address their cravings and reshape their bodies by properly addressing their gut health. And as you use your branded landing page to increase your customer base, you'll then become eligible for incentive number 2, which is having 5 customer orders for the month, or 600 CV on your Tracking Center 1. Your reward will be either a $50 Visa gift card or 250 flyers to help you promote your synergy business. And incentive 3 is when you finally reach the goal of having 10 customer orders for the month, or 1,000 CV on your Tracking Center 1, your reward will be a nice collared shirt or blouse with a 10-10 Club logo. Now that's the customer side of the 10-10 Club and the incentives we've set up. The second 10 of the 10-10 Club represents business builders. It is this part of the 10-10 Club that will create residual income and to encourage you in your sponsoring and placement of new personally sponsored distributors, we put together the following 3 incentives. Incentive 1 kicks in when you have 2 personally sponsored new distributors and 5 customer orders for the month. Achieve that milestone and the following will happen. You'll have a tour of the new headquarters for Synergy Worldwide, a tour of the Hughes Center for Research and Innovation, a tour of Nature's Sunshine's manufacturing facility in Spanish Fork, Utah, a special Zoom meeting with Dan Hammer to help you continue to effectively build your synergy business. So how do you get to Salt Lake City to enjoy this incentive? Well, Dane has graciously decided to pick up the cost of your continental airfare and hotel stay. All you'll be expected to pay is for your food. However, there is a limit to the number of trips per month, and that will be 2 per month. This incentive is open to all new distributors and existing distributors on Dane's left side, since he's serious about you taking action to build your synergy business. Incentive 2 kicks in when you have 5 new personally sponsored distributors, and each of them has at least 150 CV on their Tracking Center 1. When that is in place, your reward is a nice jacket with the 10-10 Club logo. And incentive 3 is a fully paid weekend getaway or a $500 Visa gift card. And the requirement for earning this is having 10 new personally sponsored distributors with at least 150 CV on their Tracking Center 1. We have a PDF that you can download that has all the rules and regulations, but 2 that I want to highlight on this video. First, this is open to all existing and new distributors on Dane's left side. Second, when we use the term new distributor or new customer, that means any customer or distributor that you add to your Synergy organization after the publication date of this video. This date is in the description below. If you have any questions about the 1010 Club incentive program, then please either email me at dan@agingnomore.com or call me directly at 630-936-8079. Our goal is to help you use the 1010 Club as the roadmap for building a large and duplicating Synergy business, one that provides you with cash flow and residual income that can lead to financial independence. Thank you and have a blessed day. All right, there you go. That's the video for the 1010 Club Incentive Program, and the date that we're looking to start this is the beginning of April. So we want to use the rest of March to finish up any changes to the program, get the PDF with the rules and regulations for the incentive program done, and then make it ready to launch at the beginning of April. So do I have, yes, Timothy.
Timothy, this is the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. Well, are you going to toast it?
But this is where you mentioned that this is for North America.
Yeah, you are considered to be part of the Caribbean island program is considered to be part of North America.
Right, but the problem here with this region of North America is that getting people to buy every month as a preferred customer is it's not economical.
Sure.
So the last 2 months I've been directing my Facebook and my whatever I do towards getting customers and clients in North America. Mm-hmm. I'm getting a little feedback, but I just keep doing it because I realize that the only way to get the 1010 Club work for me or us in this region is that we must have distributors and or clients in North America. So I am on that track now, and let's let you know that as soon as I get my tracking, I'll be there.
Great, Timothy. And that's also one of the reasons why we chose to put a volume amount on your Tracking Center 1. Let me pull up the slide presentation for this. And if you go in, I think it's this one here. Okay, so we know that one's for, okay. So on incentive number 2, having 5 customer orders for the month or 600 CV on your Tracking Center 1. So we do realize that for the Caribbean island area, sometimes what you've already identified, Timothy, is people are not on a monthly auto ship because one of the problems is you've got to get your product from Florida into Barbados or wherever you're located. So there's an extra cost for people. And that way, we didn't want to penalize distributors, but we did want to look at, okay, if they can achieve 600 CV of volume on their Tracking Center 1, which would be, you know, in terms of them purchasing product to be able to then direct sell to people on the island, that, like in your case, Barbados. So we kind of anticipated that and wanted to make sure that we place both of these options, 5 customer orders for the month or 600 CV of volume on your Tracking Center 1.
Great, understood.
And then we did the same thing with regards to incentive number 3. It was 10 customer orders for the month or 1,000 CV on your Tracking Center 1.
So if I buy $1,000 a month, I would qualify for this. Not I, but we.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it is if you have 1,000 CV of what I would, let's see, 1,000 CV on your tracking center one from items in Synergy Worldwide that are commissionable, then you're also looking at earning not just a nice collared shirt for yourself with the 1010 Club logo embedded on it or embroidered on it, but you're also looking at $250 in elite rebates.
Understood.
Good. Thank you, Timothy.
You're welcome.
Anyone else with any questions or comments with regards to the 1010 Club program?
Hey, Dan, this is Bob.
Yes, Bob.
Could you define limited to 2 trips per month? I'm not sure that that's clear.
Okay. Let me get down to the slide where that's at. So limited to 2 trips per month. Again, the qualification for that is, let me go back into the slide here. So the qualification for that, I've got to do one more thing here. So the qualification for that trip is having 2 personally sponsored new distributors and 5 customer orders for the month. Now, if we have 5 people that achieve that for the month, that's one of the things that I've got to work out with Dane. We'll most likely take the first 2 that make it to that and give them the first option. Now, maybe they can't make it that month. Maybe they have to delay it to the following month. So well, you know, there's 2 aspects to your question, Bob. If we've got a lot of people that earn, you know, that have in place 2 personally sponsored new distributors and 5 customer orders for the month, and we've got like 5 to 10 of them, well, you know, that's a nice problem to have.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not everyone can go that month, but we can then schedule them for other months that would work for their schedule. And maybe we'll just think, well, maybe we'll have to expand this, because again, the Dane, you know, I've had extensive conversations with Dane with regards to this. Dane has been very generous in bringing people into Synergy Worldwide, you know, covering for their airfare, putting them up in a hotel, and then those individuals either don't join Synergy Worldwide or they join Synergy Worldwide and they don't do what they're supposed to do, meaning they don't build a Synergy business. So rather than doing that in the front end, I talk with Dane, we want to do it in the back end, so that in the back end aspect of this, people are actually going to work. And what is building your Synergy business? It's building your business on team members, people that you personally sponsored, and your customer base. So we want to make sure that you've got your 2 personally sponsored new distributors, and you're also building your customer base where you've got your 5 customer orders. Now, some people might get their 2 personally sponsored distributors in, let's just use some months, in April, but they don't have their 5 customer orders in place yet. So maybe they don't get their 5 customer orders in place until May or June. Well, then in June, they've got their 5 customer orders for the month in place. They have their 2 personally sponsored new distributors. It doesn't have to occur in the same month. It just has to occur in the time period of this incentive program. And once they've got those in place, then, you know, if they're the only 2 that month, you know, then they'll be able to go that month, or if they can't make it that month, we'll schedule them for a month that they can attend. Does that make sense?
Oops, I muted myself. Yeah, thank you, Dan. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and so, you know, that's part of creating the PDF, and I haven't created the PDF yet to be able to, you know, explain who are the 2 that go that month.
Hey, Dan.
Yes, Judy.
Just maybe for the sake of clarification, instead of saying 2 trips, maybe we could change the word to 2 qualifiers.
Okay.
And that way, because I know when I heard it the first time, I thought, does that mean I can take 2 trips? What does that mean? What does 2 trips mean? So, you know, just a suggestion.
Okay.
And then on that same point, it should be the first 2 of the 5 who were offered, who qualified.
Correct. And there's 2 aspects to that, Timothy, and I appreciate you saying that, because competition is always good to have, but at the same time, we don't want to penalize the other 3 people that month that might have achieved that, and then they can't go. So we still want to be able to reward people for doing the right activities. So, there'll most likely be a clause in the PDF that will modify this program as time goes on. All right, and then we can see what those modifications might have to be, because we don't want to be restrictive, but at the same time, we do want to put in parameters to incentivize people to do what they need to do to build their synergy business, and then the reward follows that process.
Dan, I didn't mean it that way.
Okay.
I mean, the first 2 that qualify would have the first chance to go.
Correct.
I'm qualifying the others. I'm only saying that the first 2 would have the first chance to go.
Got it. Understand. Good point. Anyone else with any thoughts, feedback, questions on this program? So let me ask you a question. Do you like the jackets?
Not for this region. I like the shirt.
Okay. Well, yeah, you don't need jackets, do you? So maybe I could do a windbreaker for you, because it gets pretty windy.
Sometimes, yes.
Dan, it's Donald.
Yes, Donald.
I'll just like to thank you and Dane for finding a way to include the Caribbean group, and I applaud you for it. Speaking on their behalf.
Thank you. Anyone else with any questions or comments?
Good morning, Dan. This is David.
Yes, David.
First of all, yeah, I just want to echo what others said. I thank you and Dane for putting this together and give us a goal to shoot for every month. That's wonderful. And I think the concept of your making it an incentive after the fact, meaning once things have been accomplished, is a great idea, because it gives it's more, let's say, more equitable for those that are working towards that goal. So thanks a lot, and I'm looking forward for that PDF when you put it together, and we have something to really share with my team in particular, the ones that don't have easy internet access.
Yes. Thank you, David.
Dan, this is Bob. Dane and I, speaking of being on the front end of this, Dane and I brought a couple of guys in from, one from Montana and another guy from Kentucky, I think it was. We both spent $1,000 each to bring them in and to take them on the tours and introduce them to Dan Norman and everybody. And they went home and created their own nitric oxide product. I'll never forget that. That $1,000 hit me really hard, and nothing came from it. I'd spent weeks working with these guys and brought them into Synergy on Dane paid half and I paid half, $1,000 a piece, and nothing came of it. So doing this on the other end, being able to reward people who have already shown that they're willing to work and can work, is a much better way to do it.
Yeah, I can't agree with you. Bob, you're not the only one that has spent money bringing people into Synergy worldwide and then gotten nothing out of the investment. So yes, we want people to invest in their Synergy business, and if they invest in their Synergy business and actually build a Synergy business, then we want to reward them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see, I've got something in the chat box. Okay, so someone put in a question, Betsy put in a question, maybe call it the reward program instead of incentive. So any feedback from other people on today's presentation with regards to the 1010 Club reward program versus the 1010 Club incentive program?
Yeah, John here.
Yes, John.
I do believe that the word reward carries a little bit more drive to it than the word incentive. So I would opt for the reward program as opposed to incentive.
Okay. Any other comments on that?
You can also, maybe you can add /reward, incentive reward program so that you have it on both sides of understanding.
I'll consider that, but most likely I'll end up having
Long.
2 lines instead of 2 or 1, but okay.
Yeah, okay.
Any other feedback on that?
Dan, this is Dave. I think that I like reward also because I feel it's more understandable for most people in terms of what it means. Incentive can be, I guess, lost in translation, but reward is very easy to understand. So I like that idea too.
Okay. All right.
Also, Dan, incentive to me reminds me of something I need to do in the future, and reward is something that I have accomplished.
All right. That sounds like the group has helped me change that word from incentive to reward. The 1010 Club reward video will be the 1010 Club reward program. Good. Your input, I just want people to understand that your input is valuable to me. It's I always believe that you create a better product when you have the input of other people. So I appreciate it. Anyone else with any other suggestions or comments for this morning?
Yeah, John here again. The emphasis on that it is for Dane's left leg, his weak leg. Don't you think that kind of takes away and makes it kind of skewed maybe in people's thinking, as maybe thinking that maybe it doesn't really concern me as an upfront emphasis. Do you think that the fact that it's Dane's left leg that you're concerned about should be the emphasis of that should be reduced?
Honestly, no, I don't, because otherwise what happens is there's a lot of people in Synergy Worldwide that follow my videos that are in Dane's right-hand side. There's a lot that use my videos for both teaching and training as well as for promoting Pro Arch 9 Plus. And I just want to make it clear on the 1010 Club reward program that Dane's not interested in rewarding the people on his right-hand side. Mark Comer can put together the program for that, or Diane Levitt can put together the program for what they want to do for people that are underneath them. They make huge amounts of residual income in Synergy Worldwide, so they can do what they would like to do to help foster their groups. Dane really wants to build that left-hand side. And so I think it's just important for 2 reasons. One, to clearly identify for people in Synergy Worldwide, because I do get emails from people wanting me to do certain things for them, and they're over on Dane's right-hand side, and I email back to them that they can always use my videos, but I am not going to go to work to help them build their business. I feel that's completely inappropriate for me to do that. I don't mind making my stuff available to people. It's up on the internet. It's public access. I've chosen to do that. I've chosen not to restrict people. I have people who take my videos on YouTube and then they edit the back end of it. So, if I do find that, I typically send that person through YouTube a courtesy that they need to either take that video down or they need to take the back end of the branding of that video to them off of it. So if they want to use my videos, because we have plenty of non-branded videos that are up there, so again, I make a lot of stuff available to people, and Dane is paying for the trips and the hotel stays. And so to me, it's important to make sure that people, again, understand that it's for Dane's left-hand side. It's for North America, because there are some groups in Dane's left-hand side that are not in North America. This is a program designed to build North America, build his left-hand side. So we want to be clear in terms of those people who can take advantage of the 1010 Club rewards program or reward program.
Okay, so that caused me to ask you this question now. Since you are at the forefront of delivering the information, I personally thought that you were associated with this, directly associated with this reward program. And then now it seems to me, from what you just said, that you are just doing something on behalf of Dane.
Well, so two things on that, John. I don't mean to cut you off, but I am on Dane's left-hand side.
Oh, okay.
And Dane is my personal sponsor.
Okay.
So yeah, so both Dane and I have a vested interest in building his left-hand side. You know,
maybe you should state that in there, because I didn't know where you fit in the whole thing with Dane, because I didn't know that you were his left side. So I thought this was something that both of you will come up with a program to deepen your organization. So you now clarified that, but that wasn't clear from upfront.
Yeah. No, I'm on Dane's left-hand side, and so I'll be the one that's taking care of the shirts and the jackets, and most likely the Visa gift cards and that type of thing. And Dane's going to be the one that's taking care of the trips to Synergy Worldwide and the hotel stay.
Okay, now understand. Maybe you could say yourself if you are part of Dane's left side, and that would just clarify. And for anybody that doesn't know where you lie in the setup.
Okay, I'll consider that. I'm not sure if I'm going to make that change, but I will take your advice under consideration.
Okay.
Thanks, John. Anyone else with any suggestions or comments before we close off today's presentation? All right, I want to thank you for your input. I want to thank you for helping to redefine this as the 1010 Club reward program. And now, well, I guess I'll ask one line. Should it be the 1010 Club Rewards Program or the 1010 Club Reward Program? I think it should be rewards, since there's more than just one.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay, so we'll go with the 1010 Club Rewards Program.
Great. Thank you, Dan. Wonderful, wonderful stuff.
You're welcome, and thank you for your input. Like I said, it's valuable to me.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it very much.
You're welcome. Well, thank you, everyone. You have a blessed Saturday. We'll be back next Saturday for another presentation, and we'll do it live. Talk to you then.